women so much. We fight for their right to not only party, but to also play sports. This is a segment I call Women's Sports. Why? Why? Why do we have them? Why do we do that? We have men's sports and we have sex. Why do we need to let women play a sport? I don't know, but I've cared about it for a long time, okay? That's what's important. I've cared about women's sports for the entirety of my life, all 22 years of it. Lamp says gender is kind of gay. Isn't that ultimately the gayest thing of all? That's why I'm opposed to pronouns. Just all pronouns. All definite articles, too. You shouldn't say, like, I'm looking at my keyboard or the keyboard. You go, I look keyboard. Look keyboard. We need to remove all nouns. Well, the point is we need to do peyote until we no longer think of the world as individual nouns, but as sort of a cosmic chili. You know what I'm saying? All existence is a hobo chili, and within that hobo chili, we have women playing sports. Women playing sports. Also, while Googling images, I did find this. Young men trend more conservative, women trim more crazy. Wait, there was one that got lost here. Yes. People who play sports are the weakest gender, Lamp says, which is true. Like a small boat in the ocean. One might even say, ladies and gentlemen,
like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion, like how a secret word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion.
I have the utmost respect for
And
women.
all those things I didn't say were wrecking balls inside my brain. I will scream loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm all
anyway, women's sports. Should we get rid of them entirely? Here's the thing. Young men are trending more and more conservative. Women are trending more and more crazy. You know what I'm saying? And also, that's not a real person. That's not real. Damn, those are great. Just make me want to become the Joker, baby, quite frankly. Everyone get the fuck out. Okay? Everyone get the fuck out. Go in the other room. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Are you guys out of the room now? About to do a little women's sports myself, if you know it. Just kidding. There are reports out there that young men are trending more and more conservative. In fact, there was recently a poll that said 12-year-old boys are more likely to be conservative. Okay? Lamp says I might have to go. There's a whole channel that plays just The Simpsons. Yeah. Well, but here's the deal with The Simpsons, though, at this point. If they're playing every episode, you're rolling the dice, and the odds are not in your favor, because The Simpsons has been bad, like, literally 3 times longer than it's been good now. They're still making The Simpsons. I'm sure next season there's going to be some episode where Homer is a YouTube live streamer or something. Merge. Been listening to this Ben Shapiro. Homer, Bart joined Antifa. Don't watch The Simpsons. It's bad now. Lamp, I missed the fat episode. That's a good one. I'll just do all the bits for you right here. That's a pretty good one. The fingers you have used to dial this number are too fat. Please mush the panel with your palm to get a special dialing wand. Listen, I'm just trying to watch Honk If I'm Horny in Peace. Okay? Very funny. Listen. 12th grade boys, I think are seniors, are trending more conservative, which is a shock for me because I assumed that there was nothing more progressive than a 12th grade boy. You'll never find one of those calling his friend gay for having a feeling once. Okay? So what is causing What's causing these young men to trend more conservative? Is it chicks with big jugs and a cowboy hat? Maybe. God knows they're not helping, okay? But could it be trans women in sports? Which makes me ask the question, should trans women be allowed to compete in sports with cis women? And can we stop saying cis? It makes me think of the bathroom for some reason. Every time I hear the word cis, I just hear... and I don't like it. So we need to solve this issue so I can stop thinking about bathrooms. Should trans women be allowed to compete in sports with cis women? What is everyone's opinion? Sound off in the comments. So why is this an issue? Okay? Why is this an issue? Well, first off, it robs women of scholarships, gold medals, and most importantly, approval from men. Okay? Like their gymnastics coach. The level of approval they get from gymnastics coach, and listen, the moment China figures out how to make a trans man that is 4'5" and 20 pounds, it is over for women. It is over for you guys. Also, eventually you won't be able to eat Wheaties. They're going to put it on a Wheaties box. All right? We are within 6 months to a year of a trans woman being on a Wheaties box. And when that happens, that is going to be a fun couple weeks of content. All right? It's going to be fun. All right? You think we got a lot of content out of the Bud Light thing? All right? They put a trans woman on one can of beer that they just mailed to her. You didn't even get one. Do you know how many conservatives walked into a Walmart and said, Give me the goddamn can of beer with the trans woman. And they go, we don't have that. And they go, shit. I was going to light that on fire somehow. I hadn't figured it all out yet. Iggy12 says trans women in sports are taking our gas stoves. That's a very good point. Pretty soon, it is going to be illegal to cook a hungry man frozen dinner in a gas stove because you had to pawn your microwave to make rent. Pretty soon, the Biden administration is going to make that illegal. I think that's disgusting. The U.S. women's soccer team, let's talk about them. Despite having no tits, they technically count as women. Every single one of them. Now, they are the best in the world at playing women's soccer. The absolute best. They even beat Bolivia, where all steroids are legal. Okay? Bolivia, where for children's lunch, they have Salisbury steak and HGH. That's what they get. But they beat them. We've got one hell of a women's soccer team. But compare them with an average grade school boys soccer team. They literally don't have pubes. None. If you were to look at their balls, you'd be like, that is as smooth as a damn orb. They're constantly being bullied by actual athletes. Kids whose parents are cool enough to let them play full contact football. Right there. They go, hey, you guys suck. Or due to all the head injuries, they probably say, you guys suck. That being said, this grade school boys soccer team would absolutely demolish the U.S. women's soccer team and immediately make them start crying and menstruating. Right there. Okay? That's how it works. So here's the big question we always ask about women in sports. Should women be allowed in MMA, also known as mixed martial arts? All right? There are cons, which include women being brutally beaten on a regular basis. No, I didn't mean to put that in the pro section. That's not funny, okay? Don't sit there and make jokes about women getting beat up. That's not funny, okay? But women shut up a little bit sometimes. Sure, but that doesn't mean you should punch them. That's a very good point. Iggy12 says, we need to get Bud Light out of schools and stop the drag queens from regulating water safety. I think I'm having a stroke. You probably are, Iggy12, but don't go to a doctor. They're all lying to you. And let me tell you, in my utopia, when Steve Vongino's elected president, I'm going to say it. Child molestation, now illegal. We'll put you in jail for that, buddy. Now, there are some pros, though, of women being allowed in mixed martial arts. for example, would be very fun to watch, possibly even kind of hot. You know? I could see that. Kind of be into it. I do have a solution, though. We should just make everyone wear this outfit no matter the sport. Right there. Look at that. No matter what they're doing. Football, basketball, doesn't matter. Make them wear this. And here's the deal. If they got a penis, we see it. Okay? Because if you are going to participate in women's sports while having a penis that might be bigger than mine, that needs to be public information, and that will solve it. Another solution? Women just do curling now. No other sport, women just do curling, because trans people do not curl. You know why? Because it's real stupid. It's the dumbest sport. Trans women will not participate. You know what curling is? It's technically a sport. You can go to the Olympics. If you're just like a dumpy substitute teacher in Manitoba, you can go there. The point of curling is literally you're just like shaving ice so a thing goes in a certain direction. What a stupid sport. I don't care about trans people anymore. We just need to make curling illegal. Can we do that? Is that something we can do? I don't know. The important thing is don't forget to support women's sports. Support women's sports. Go out. Go to the games. Hang out by the locker rooms. As a woman walks into the locker room, go, what you got in your pants? What is down there? Or, quite frankly, good thing if you don't let me see it. I am not letting you play in the Super Bowl for women, which I think is a boggle championship of some nature. That's women's sports, guys. That's women in sports.
Shut up and sit down.